Assalamualaikum to our respected lecturer, Madam Nurlinda, and greetings everyone. We are going to do a role-play meeting to discuss why Vietnam a good place to open Mr. DIY branch. Before that, allow me to introduce our meeting members. Firstly, my name is Nur Shazwana binti Johari and my registration number is 01DPM20F1016. I will play the role of Chief Executive Officer. Secondly, we have Masjura binti Kamaruzaman, whose registration number is 01DPM20F1009. Will play the role of Business Analyst. Ahmad Aiman bin Samsul Anwar, registration number is 01DPM20F1017 as the Marketing Manager. Muhammad Nazhan bin Zamsari, 01DPM20F1020 as the Product Manager. And lastly, Siti Nurhusna binti Azwan Baginda Omar, her registration number is 01DPM20F1022 as our Sales Manager. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning to everyone. Thank you for your full attendance at this meeting. For your information, we will discuss why Vietnam a good place to open Mr. DIY branch. First and foremost, let me share with all of you about Mr. DIY's company background. The visions of our company is to be the largest home improvement retailer in Malaysia and Brunei. While the missions, we have three, which are: the first one is to create a globally recognized retail brand. Second, to offer a diverse retail experience catering to different customer segments. And the third one is to maintain a wide variety of good quality, value for money items, thereby holding true to our motto of always low prices. Mr. DIY legally, Mr. DIY Group M. Berhad, first opened on store on Jalan Tunku Abdul Rahman in July 2005. But at the end of the first year, it had grown and was operating 3 outlets. Just within 15 years, Mr. DIY now has a network of 674 stores and is the largest home improvement retailer in both Malaysia and Brunei. The report stated a 14% year-on-year increase in net profit from 308.33 million ringgit to 370.57 million ringgit in FY19. It is a part of the company to provide home improvement products for do-it-yourself projects through online and offline stores. In 2017, Mr. DIY launched its e-commerce to bring in offerings to the market that were deemed unsuitable for their retail stores. But this does not cover all the things they sell in store, such as fragile items. Eventually, it enables the firm to serve a different group of customers. Aside from Mr. DIY, the company also branched out into other businesses, namely with the launch of Mr. Toy in 2019, a homegrown toy store chain, now with 28 stores, and Mr. Dollar in 2020, a dollar store concept where everything is 2 ringgit or 5 ringgit. As of April 2021, Creda, back Mr. DIY Group, owns and operates 940 stores in Malaysia. It operates over 1,900 stores in 10 Asian and European markets, including Malaysia, Thailand, Brunei, Indonesia, Singapore, Philippines, India, Cambodia, Turkey, and Spain. Okay, I hope it is enough for all of you to understand what our Mr. DIY is about. Let's start our meeting, and please get your microphone ready. To begin, we all are fully informed of the meeting minutes that have been posted a few days ago. So Ahmad Aiman, could you please read the meeting minutes in order to allow the meeting members to understand our agenda today?
Yes, thank you, Ms. Shazwana. To all meeting members, following record-breaking financial performance in the fourth quarter ending December 31st, 2021, quarter 4th, 21, Home Improvement Retail MR.DIY Group MR.DIY, our company, plans to open a record number of locations this year. MR.DIY plans to add 180 new stores nationally this year and internationally, raising the total number of outlets in the company to 1,100, according to CEO Adrian Ong. Our goal is to expand our whole retail network, which includes MR.DIY, My DIY Express, Mr. Toy, and Mr. Dollar. It's worth noticing that because to the MR.DIY brand's solid economic model, we're continuing to add stores at a rapid pace. The meeting minutes will be recorded during the time of this meeting. By the end of this meeting, I will conclude today's meeting minutes. According to a survey published by independent market researcher Frost & Sullivan in 2020, MR.DIY have been optimistic about to home improvement industry prospects, estimating that our company will grow at a compound annual growth rate at 11% over the next 5 years, from 2020 to 2025. According to Ong, the home remodeling industry grew at a healthy 12.7% every year before to COVID-19. On the other hand, Ong claims that the company's market share in the sector has increased by around 5% every year over the last few years. It has been stated that from the start of this pandemic, our company, MR.DIY market share has grown to 34.6% on 2020, up from 29.1% in 2019. For all meeting members, our company is heading towards further projects in expansion of our products into the international market. The reason we are here today is to discuss of a new expansion project that meeting members have proposed last month. The proposal is for our company, DIY, to expand our products into entering a new market in Vietnam located within the Asian nation. A brief introduction of our main expansion products. The company is expanding its market value to market our products into other countries. We will utilize all of our products' advantages in the main goal of conquering Asian market in hardware services and products, as Asia is a fresh fourth biggest growing economy region in the world. Without further ado, Mr. Nazahan, can you tell us to the meeting why is it a great choice for us, the company, to open up our business in Vietnam?
Thank you, Aiman. So, what are the reasons we should open up our business in Vietnam? Firstly, it is because of the low expenses there. Vietnam is presently classified as a developing country due to its rising economy. Simply put, starting a business in Vietnam allows you to save a lot of money. After all, the country's local pricing and cost of living aren't particularly high. In contrast to other developed countries, you will have access to the top local talent in the field. This is also true for a brand new firm or organization. Next, since the Vietnamese government has recognized the economic benefits of international investment, it demonstrates a long-term commitment to reform by amending its regulations multiple times. The 2016 to 2020 Socio-Economic Development Plan recognized that certain programs have made insufficient progress and emphasized the significance of making change. The persistent attempt to make Vietnam's investment more transparent pays off. Vietnam is standing in the yearly study of business-friendly regions improve year after year. Vietnam is now placed at 32nd out of 190 countries, up 9 places from last year. I think that is all the reasons from me why Vietnam is a good place to open a new branch there. What about you, Mastura? Can you give other reasons?
Yes, sure Nazhan. I think the reason why Vietnam can be a great place to open new branch is because of free trade agreements. I said this due to Vietnam being a member of the ASEAN and the World Trading Organization, allowing for relatively easy trade with other countries. With the majority of the world's major economies, it has also negotiation government-to-government free trade agreement. For example, the free trade agreement, which is FTA, between Vietnam and the European Union, which will take effect in 2018, would help the country's determination to improve their business environment. And next, another reason is I think Vietnam has a great opportunity to open new branch there. This is because in comparison to Malaysia, which has 846 outlets, there are currently no Mr. DIY in Vietnam. This will make it an excellent opportunity to enter the Vietnam market, since the percentage of purchasing power in Mr. DIY will most likely be high due to the fact that is it the only Mr. DIY in that country. I think that's all idea from me. Okay, Husna, can you give me another reason why we need to open a new branch in Vietnam, and what is the conclusion of this?
Thank you, Mastura, for the reason you gave. The reason why Vietnam is a good place to open new Mr. DIY branch is because Vietnam is strategically located in the center of Southeast Asia. Vietnam is an ideal export hub to reach other Asian markets. It is also worth noting that it shares borders with China. It has a long coastline and is close to many international shipping routes. With this ideal location, the city has developed its own infrastructure and transportation, such as railways, highways, and international airports, all interconnected serving domestic and international routes. This made Vietnam an ideal location to open a new Mr. DIY branch. The conclusion is Vietnam is now one of the most prospective markets among Asian countries. The country has gained great achievement in GDP growth, regulatory system, and tax policies to attract foreign investment. The opening Mr. DIY branch in Vietnam will open new opportunities for Mr. DIY in different sectors, especially after the huge impact from the US-China trade war, which has led to new wave of investment in the global era. We choose to open the first Mr. DIY branch at Hanoi, Vietnam, because Hanoi is the capital part of the country. However, based on where Hanoi is located, it has surged as one of the most important cities with a booming economy with double-digit growth in Southeast Asia, attracting many foreign investors across the globe when it's come doing business in this country.
I accept all opinions and recommendations from the team members today about why we choose Vietnam to promote our company's products. The meeting will end on this very minute. All members can leave this Google Meet, and thank you for your cooperation.